Welcome to Parent Squad. I'm Felicia Lawrence. Becoming a mother, as we know, is a life-changing experience in so many ways. From a growing baby bump to sleepless nights with a newborn, there are just a lot of ups and downs in those early days. And a new mom's skin can go through it after delivery. So here to talk more about postpartum skin changes is IU Health dermatologist Dr. Janelle Nassim. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, this is important to talk about. So let's start at the beginning. We know we've often heard of that pregnancy glow, but not everybody experiences that pregnancy glow. What's happening?
That's right. So many women do feel like their skin is more radiant during pregnancy, but that's not always the case. So you're not alone if you don't feel like your skin is its best during pregnancy. There's major changes in hormones. So some women actually may feel like they're experiencing more breakouts, more acne, more oiliness, and more sensitivity. So it can really go either way. So you're not alone if you're feeling like your skin is not having that pregnancy glow.
Yes, I was really frustrated because I feel like I experienced more hyperpigmentation.
So hyperpigmentation is a very common issue in pregnancy. So melasma, which is also known as the mask of pregnancy, it's kind of that lacy, brown, freckly type of pigmentation on the face.
Okay.
Very, very common during pregnancy. And the reason for it is because our hormones, estrogen and progesterone, during pregnancy stimulate the pigment producing cells. So this creates melasma. It's also very challenging to treat during pregnancy because we're not able to use all the same options as we are after pregnancy. So, the biggest thing, wearing sunscreen, protecting your skin from the sun, because sun does make melasma worse. It drives the pigment.
And you already touched on the hormones that do so much else besides skin, but we know that really plays a role in how it changes our skin.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, some women experience darkening of their skin, and I just talked to you about the hyperpigmentation, and I feel like it has gone away, but not fully gone away. Is it because I'm still so close to being postpartum, or does it just take time, or what's the assessment there?
Yes. First of all, your skin looks beautiful. So whatever you're doing is great. But yes, it does take a while for things to normalize, especially if women are breastfeeding. That's a whole other set of hormonal changes. But I recommend, again, really strong sun protection during pregnancy and after pregnancy with a mineral-based SPF 30 or more. And then if you're looking to kind of amp up that treatment with some prescription options, I would see your dermatologist for options about treating that melasma and getting things to fade, including, chemical peels, prescription treatments, things like that. There are some options, though melasma is definitely a tough one. It's challenging.
Okay, let's talk about stress because we know that it can literally affect everything, our skin included. And one of the most frustrating things about having a new baby was all the people that told me, oh, take care of yourself, with a newborn, especially the people that don't have kids yet. What are you talking about self-care? Unless you're coming over to change a diaper, okay, I'm venting. But unless you're coming over to change a diaper, they would always be like, self-care. And it's like, you have no idea. I'm trying to survive.
Yes.
So the original question was stress. How does that play a role?
We could do a whole session on this. I am with you right there with all the postpartum things. So, the older I get and the longer I do this, I really realize that stress actually has a huge effect on our health. When I was young, I was like, yeah, stress, whatever.
Yeah.
But the older I get, I realize it's really a huge effect on our health and on our skin. So stress drives cortisol levels. Cortisol levels ramp up inflammation in our body and also increase oil production. And it's kind of whatever you're prone to, whether that be eczema, acne, whatever it is, stress is just going to make that a little bit worse. So we know the postpartum period is extremely stressful. It's a whole new set of things to learn. And you're right, taking care of yourself is not always the first priority during that time.
Yeah, absolutely. And so what is your postpartum skincare recommendation?
I think the best thing you can do during this time when you've got a million other things going on.
Don't say self-care.
is to keep it simple. So a gentle cleanser, a moisturizer, and an SPF is really all you need. I think, again, if you're looking to do more things and add more steps to that skincare routine, I would see your dermatologist, talk more about your individual needs, but just keeping it simple for skincare routine postpartum, I think, is the way to go.
I can see that. And then, of course, if you're talking about breastfeeding, we know that can be tough on your skin. But also, when you're saying keep it simple, I'm thinking about, the chemicals that you're putting on your body being absorbed through your body and maybe even passed to your child. Another reason to keep it simple, I imagine.
Absolutely. Any medications, including topical ones, we want to make sure are safe for use during breastfeeding. And, one of the things with breastfeeding is actually irritation issues. So I always recommend a lanolin-free nipple butter before or after nursing or pumping. And the other thing you can use is coconut oil. Plain organic coconut oil is a great thing for providing a barrier. And I learned that from my own lactation consultant, actually, who was wonderful. But if you are struggling and having discomfort on the skin in those areas, seeing a lactation consultant is definitely a good idea. They can help troubleshoot whether it's the latch or the pump settings, whatever it may be. And then if not, referring you to a dermatologist if need be.
I do remember seeing lanolin free a lot of places. What is lanolin? Why is it so bad?
Lanolin is often, a lot of products, they've taken out lanolin at this phase in the game, but because it's a common contact allergen, it's something that causes a lot of skin allergies in people.
Okay. All right, and you say that you have one skincare tip and self-care tip that you recommend for moms. What is it?
Hopefully this is not triggering for you, but
it's not. You know why? Because you're a doctor who is also a mom. So your opinion comes weighted versus all the other people that didn't have kids. They were like, you got to take care of yourself.
I agree. The other thing that bothered me was the people that never told me how hard it was. That was what I was like, why did no one tell me this is hard?
Yeah.
Anyways,
that's true.
I think, I think this goes along with what you're saying of we don't have time to take care of ourselves all day. It is so hard in that postpartum period. So what I recommend is if you have the village, the support system to do so, taking, even if it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour, taking that time completely to yourself and letting someone else take care of your baby and take a shower without having to worry if the baby's crying. The phantom cries are so real. Or take a bath, do a face mask, whatever you need to do, even just sitting in silence. We all know that's hot commodity.
Doing nothing.
Doing nothing.
Yes.
But taking a few minutes just to yourself completely away and not having to worry, have a trusted caretaker take care of your baby while you take a few minutes to yourself, I think is the biggest thing. That was helpful for me.
Yes. For some women, that's the shower.
That's right.
Or for some women, that is the nap. You always find other things to put into that, those few minutes. You're like, oh, I got to wash the pump parts. I got to wash this. I got to do that. So, okay. All right. She's a doctor, okay, everybody, and a mom, so you have to listen to her. She has awesome advice. Dr.
The mom
Nassim.
part is harder, I will say that.
Really?
I think so.
I believe you. Dr. Nassim, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So we have more at WTHR.com/Parent Squad. Stay right there. We'll be right back with more.